This is Garum, and of course I am ignoring reality. Welcome to Game News Bites. Only good information, all duds removed. Xcom 2 Resurrection Story Epilogue. The boy looked even younger dead, he thought. What was his name? Ivan? Ivan. He and the rest had tried to sabotage a gene therapy clinic. As he heard it, only 2 of them got out and made it into the settlement, and one of them was Ivan. But the kid had taken a round and died a day later. He had learned about it when he went for supplies. He found the surviving kid digging Ivan's grave. The boy watched him as he arrived. He didn't look any older than 16. He had wide, expressive eyes that should have been used to woo girls, rather than peep through a rifle sight. "What do you want?" the boy asked. "Nothing," he said. "I just came to pay my respects." "Oh," the boy said. "You knew him?" "Not much," he replied. "But if you want some advice, forget burying him. Get the hell out of here before the patrol finds you." "He deserves a burial," the boy said. "I bet he'd rather you stayed alive if he had any say in the matter." The boy straightened and his eyes narrowed. "You're him, aren't you? The guy Ivan came to see." He just shrugged. "Yeah, it's you," the boy said. "Ivan kept going on about what a great man you were, how you could turn everything around. All we had to do was talk to you. And what did you do? You showed him your back. Great man, my ass. So, I have no use for you, pendejo, or your advice." He spat and went back to digging. "That's fine with me, kid," he said. He got his supplies and went back to his hidey hole. He turned on the radio and took a seat, setting a bottle of whiskey in front of him on his table. He hadn't listened to the radio for a long time. It was too depressing. But in the last few weeks, well, it seemed like something was starting to happen. Somebody was recruiting on a pretty decent scale. Battles were being won, small victories, but victories nonetheless. But more than that, there was a sudden surge of what he could only call hope. And what's more, that hope seemed to have a name. Avenger. He unscrewed the cap of his whiskey bottle, thinking about Ivan, about the boy digging the grave who probably wouldn't make it to sundown. Not his problem. Nothing could be done. He lifted the bottle. Then, with a heavy sigh, he set it back in the crate and screwed the cap back on. He went into his shack, found his shotgun, and checked to make sure it was loaded. Something was happening out there, finally, and it was time he found out what. The boy looked up at him when he returned. He saw the shotgun and jumped for his rifle. "Hang on, son," he said. "Just give me a shovel so we can get this done and get out of here." The boy stared at him as if he was kidding, but then it sunk in that he wasn't, and he handed him a shovel. "When Ivan came to see me," he said, pushing the shovel into the dense soil, "he had something he wanted me to see. Do you know what that was?" "Yeah," he said. "I think so." "When we're finished here, take me to it, okay?" Yes, the boy said. "Yes, sir." He kept digging. "It's Bradford, right?" the boy said after a moment. "Mr. Bradford?" He leaned on the shovel and looked at the boy. "What's your name?" "Arturo." "Don't call me that, Arturo," he said. "That's not a name that needs to get around. Just call me Central." They laid Ivan in the ground and went back to his place. They packed up what few possessions they would need. When the patrol found his shack, he and Arturo were long gone. The end. Alright guys, that is the very end of the book. I want to extend a special thank you to you guys out there that have stayed with me for the entire run. It really does mean quite a lot to me, and I absolutely hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching.